Let's write a solution to our recursive trigger problem in this video. The solution of this problem is very easy and we already know it. If you remember the static variable video of this course, then you can easily write the solution to this problem as well. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a new static variable in this class. And if you remember the concepts of static variable, it shares the same value across all the instances of an Apex class. So I'm going to create a static variable here, and this will be of Boolean type, and I'm going to name it as already executed. So by default I'll set it to false. So this means when this trigger handler will be executed for the first time, this will be false. The value of this static variable will be shared across all the instances of this Apex class in one single transaction. The other transactions will not be impacted and they will have their own values of this static variable. So now what I'll do, when I'll come inside the after insert handler method and when I create this another lead, here I'll first check if the trigger is already executed or not. So I'm going to have an if condition. Let's access it by the class name because that's the best way to access a static variable. And if it is false, then we are going to create our lead record. And once our lead record is created, then I'm going to set this already executed Boolean variable to true. So now what will happen in the first execution of this lead trigger, this already executed Boolean variable will be false and we are going to create our lead record here. But as soon as we create our lead record, we are going to set it to true so that in the next iteration of this lead trigger, this piece of code is not called because we already have a condition here which only execute these two lines if already executed is set to false. So now let's save our code and let's test it again. So here let's click on this save button again and we still get this error. And do you know the reason? I know it. The reason is we are setting it to true after we insert another lead record. And as soon as we insert this lead record, the trigger will start executing again and this statement will never be called. So if we copy this statement and paste it on top of this lead insertion part, then we should be able to solve this deadlock situation. So hopefully our code should work fine this time and we should be able to save our new lead record. So this time we can save our lead record and we see our follow-up task as well, and we should see another lead record as well with the name test lead single. So this is how you solve the recursive trigger problem. In practical world, you will never be creating the same as object in the after insert trigger, but there can be other automations and some complex stuff that can lead to a deadlock situation. So use the static variable to avoid multiple calls of one single Apex trigger. So that's all about Apex triggers. In the next video, we are going to discuss an Apex trigger challenge.